Welcome to the NBA 411. I'm Michelle Steele. As the semifinals roll on, we know at least one team in the West has got their ticket punched for the conference finals. The San Antonio Spurs making quick work of the Los Angeles Clippers in a sweep. Meantime, the other team in LA, the Lake Show, stands on the brink of elimination by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And in the East, it's anyone's game where both series are tied 2-2. Here to tell us what the Heat must do to keep on winning without their big man is Mike Wallace.
After stumbling into a surprising 2-1 series deficit against the Indiana Pacers, Miami Heat forward LeBron James vowed that Game 4 had to be a must-win situation for his team. Not only did the league MVP respond with a desperate brand of basketball, he also delivered one of the most dominant games of his playoff career. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade combined for 70 of Miami's 101 points as the Heat evened this series at 2 games apiece and regained home court advantage with Game 5 in Miami on Tuesday. It remains to be seen if Wade and James can continue at this pace without getting very much help from their supporting cast. But for a night, 2.5-man basketball against the Pacers' depth, athleticism, and relentless play was enough to get Miami back into this series.
If the Boston Celtics want to get past the 76ers and into the conference finals, their task is easy. Improve their late game defense. Right now the Celtics, in the 2 games they've lost, in games 2 and 4, they haven't been able to get the stops. And listen, this is what the Big Three era has been all about. The ability to go the entire game and then lock down late, prevent opponents from getting points. And right now that's not working. The Celtics need to figure out how to get back to that, how to combat the Philadelphia small lineup, stop them down the stretch, and pull out games.
Thanks, Chris. That's the word on the Eastern Conference semifinals. Now let's go to Jeff Kaplan, who has more on the West. Jeff?
Michelle, the San Antonio Spurs are headed back to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2008. And they're now just 4 wins away from returning to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2007 when they swept LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, those San Antonio teams of old were considered defensive and boring. Not these Spurs. These guys are offensive and dynamic. The best assist team in the league. They've got the perfect mix of inside play, mid-range, and three-point shooting. A year ago, the Dallas Mavericks rode great ball movement to the championship, and the Spurs are doing the same. Whoever plays them in the Western Conference Finals will have to figure out a way to slow down that ball movement and stop their phenomenal shooting.
Thanks, guys. And now for today's buzzer beater. There are some rivalries that develop into friendships. Think Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Then there's the Spurs' Tim Duncan and the Celtics' Kevin Garnett. When asked in Sports Illustrated recently about whether years of going head-to-head with Garnett has led to a kinship with him, Duncan paused, leaned back, and asked the reporter, define kinship. As for what to watch for, we have 2 playoff games on our air this Wednesday. The Celtics visit the city of brotherly love with tip-off at 8 Eastern. And if the Lakers survive Game 5 at the OK Corral, they will play the Thunder in a Game 6 at the Staples Center at 10:30. On Thursday night, we have the Heat in Indiana at 8 p.m. These games are all on ESPN and ESPN3. And that'll do it for this edition of NBA 411. We'll see you right back here on Wednesday. I'm Michelle Steele. Thanks for watching and enjoy those games.